as part of the keynote address, the first thing which I would like to talk about is the GST collections. As you are aware, the the government of India has been focusing on trying to see how best they could improve the GST collections. Last year, the GST collections was hovering between 90,000 crores to 1 lakh crores. And I'm sure the month of April, the GST collections would not be that high. That is because of the COVID, lockdown that has happened. And the government has not made the revenues official also as of now. But I'm sure coming months, that is May, June, July, the economy has already kick-started. There'll be a lot of activity that is happening in the economy. The revenues would jump. But until the disruption of supply chains gets regularized, until consumer expenditure increases, I think there will be a stress on GST collections. Both the central government and the state governments will be impacted by the GST collections due to the COVID lockdown. I think all of us should accept that. Coming to the filing of GST returns, the due dates have been extended for filing of annual returns. And I think record number of times have happened. Our chairman, Rajendra Kumar, could say the due dates have been postponed for various reasons. And now they have postponed it to September 2020, which I'm sure this will help all the members to plan their filings better for the benefit of their clients. And finally, what is required is that simplification of GST returns. The Indirect Taxes Committee is working with the government to see how best the returns could be simplified. I'm sure way forward, once we have simplified tax returns, all the tax returns will be filed within the stipulated deadline. The third point which I would like to talk about is the fact that GST, when it was introduced on July 1st, 2017 by the Honorable Prime Minister, we have seen a lot of amendments that have taken place. And during the last year, 2019, 98 notification, 46 circulars, 2 orders, 11 removal of difficulties orders were passed. So it's an evolving legislation. A lot of problems would be there. Industry would come with a lot of suggestions. Government has to look into it. The institute is trying to see how best we are partnering with the government to see that the industry is comfortable with the new GST law. I think as members of our profession, we need to upskill ourselves. We need to understand this new law, and certification programs like this, conferences like this would help you to understand the nuances of the new GST law. GST Council has been meeting very regularly. Last year, they met about 9 times. They've taken a lot of decisions. They tweaked the GST law. They've also tried to cut down the GST rates on a lot of products. And I'm sure way forward, the government would try to see that GST law would be made more simpler and simpler, so that assessees across the country would be happy with the new GST law. Coming to the compensation to the state, yes, there's been a big issue. The states have become very vocal of late, claiming their state of compensation. And due to the COVID, challenges, the governments are forced to ask the central government for their share of compensation, which the government, I think, last 2 months, a significant amount of money has been given to the states as compensation to the states. I am sure this would continue, and in the months to come, everything would get streamlined so much that there's no need for the state governments to ask for the central government. As far as the GST assessments is concerned, there will be a delay, because now with the deadlines getting postponed, GST assessments also would take more time for the assessments to get complete. But here I would like to tell the members that GST assessments would throw a big opportunity for all of us. Litigation would increase. Professionals like Rajendra Kumar, people who are specializing in indirect taxes, should start focusing on understanding the law so that they can litigate, or they can represent before the appellate tribunal, GST appellate tribunal, before the GST commissioner, and represent the clients. So here is where I see an opportunity. Rather than filing the tax returns, the bigger opportunity for all of us is in litigation. And this opportunity is something which each one of us should leverage upon. Friends, the Authority of Advanced Ruling has been functional. Last year, a lot of decisions have been given. Of course, the industry is being always saying that it is pro-revenue, but yes, they have been doing their job. On the technology front, a lot of issues on the GST portal. It is being ironed out. Even the Infosys technologies have been called by the Honorable Finance Minister, so to see that all the issues are handled properly. But I'm sure once e-invoicing and QR code happens, a lot of things would be streamlined, and auto population of the details on the GST returns would also be a big advantage. And I'm sure way forward the GST portal would start working much better. Finally, friends, coming to the COVID scenario, one thing we need to keep in mind that economic activity has was, literally had come to a standstill because of the lockdown. Now it has just kick-started. The economy has just kick-started. The demand from the industry is high for waiver of GST. They want, a lot of reliefs to be given. The government has given a lot of relief as far as filing of tax returns is concerned. They've also given benefit of interest and a lot of other initiatives the government has relief the government has given. And I'm sure more than 5,575 crores of refunds have already been issued by the central government. And with the current liquidity issues faced by the businessmen, demand would continue. I'm sure the government would look into it. Finally, I would like to say about GST frauds. GST frauds are increasing. I think as professionals, when clients come to us, when we're able to suspect that there's a fraud that has taken place, we need to be extremely cautious, because even filing the GST returns on our computers would tantamount as if we are working in tandem with the client. So you need to be extremely cautious. Fraudulent claiming of input tax credit, fake invoices are all problems which the government is facing, and as professionals we should be very cautious. I can only tell friends that yes, it's challenging times for all of us, and with the Indirect Taxes Committee doing great work, I am sure each one of us could build a good practice in indirect taxes, because gone are the days. Those days we always used to focus on direct taxes and audit, but now there's a need for us to specialize also in indirect taxes. And such programs and virtual CP meets help us to update our knowledge on GST and help us to represent our clients effectively and advise our clients in a much more better fashion. Thank you, Chairman, for having given me an opportunity to participate in the first virtual summit. I'm extremely happy to inaugurate this. And I would like to thank our Chairman of the Indirect Taxes Committee, Rajendra Kumar, for having joined us. And it is a great pleasure meeting all of you. Good luck to each one of you. Thank you.